confuse the Scythians with the Sarmatians now, who occupied Scythia. Germanus, being the Latin name for genuine, indicates the Germans were the genuine Scythians. During this time, the Celts were expanding in all directions from Central Europe. Some of the Celts moved into Spain and became known as Ibrius, the Gaelic name for Hebrews. Others poured into Britain to form the bedrock of the British race. Later, the Ibrius moved into Ireland as Scots, and later into northern Britain to establish the nation of Scotland. Your history books also record the Germanic tribes breaking up into many divisions: the Angles, Saxons, Jutes, Danes, and Vikings, to name just a few. Other Germanic tribes later poured into the lands vacated by the Celts and established the Gothic nations, the Vandals, Lombards, Franks, Burgundians, and others. The so-called lost tribes of Israel were really never lost. They only lost their identity as they migrated westward over the centuries from the land of their captivity.
And there you have it, my friends. Mr. Cap has given us a visual answer to our question, what happened to the millions of Israelites who were dispersed out of old Canaan land 7 centuries before Christ and who never returned? They migrated onto the continent of Europe and were the ancestors of the white European race. And in answering our question about Israel's disappearance, Mr. Cap has given us the key to several other mysteries of world history. Mr. Cap has revealed to us why it was these European people who became the great nations and who were blessed by God above all other nations, not only with fertile land and abundance from the seas, but with arts, science, literature, inventions, and discovery. God bestowed upon that one race almost every invention and discovery that has improved man's condition and lot upon the earth. Certainly God made these offspring of Abraham a blessing to all the families of the earth. Mr. Cap has answered another question which is often asked of ministers but seldom answered. Why, of all the people of the earth, has it been only this white Caucasian race, these so-called Gentiles, who have claimed Jesus Christ as their God and who have taken this book as the foundation of their religion? The answer, the truth which is avoided and even denied by the clergy, is simple. These people are the Israelites, the children of Abraham, God's chosen people. And that explains why every true gospel preacher and missionary for Jesus Christ for over 1900 years has been of this one race. They are dispersed Israel, fulfilling Bible prophecy even while blindness in part is upon them, blindness of their own identity as the chosen of God. Biblical promises and prophecies have become historical facts. In the Old Testament, God had promised to regather divorced Israel unto himself. In Ezekiel 34 we read, "My flock was scattered upon all the face of the earth, and none did search or seek after them. Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I, even I, will both search my sheep and seek them out." In Luke 19:10 and other places, Jesus made it plain he was the instrument of Israel's return to God. For the Son of Man is come to seek and to save that which was lost. The word lost appears 13 times in the New Testament in relation to Israel. The Greek word means put away and punished. So Jesus was saying in Matthew 15:24, "I am not sent but unto the put away and punished sheep of the house of Israel." In Matthew 10 and verse 6, Jesus instructed his disciples to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. In Luke 1, Zacharias the priest, who was John the Baptist's father, said that Jesus came to redeem his people and to perform the mercy promised to the Israel fathers and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he sware to our father Abraham. Paul, an Israelite, wrote to Israelites in the dispersion in Galatia, as recorded in Galatians 4, "When the fullness of time was come, God sent forth his Son, made of a woman, made under the law, to redeem them that were under the law." Only the Israelites, had been under the law. Romans 15 and verse 8 says, Jesus Christ was a minister for the circumcision, for the truth of God, to confirm the promises made unto the fathers. These promises, as we have seen, were of great national development, a great increase in numbers, blessings of the earth and of the sea, and that God would be their God and they would be his people. After the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, his disciples carried the good news to dispersed Israel in Europe, beginning what we now call the Christian era. For 1,500 more years, Israel remained in Europe, continuing to grow in numbers as God had promised to their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Then God began to give them inventions, one of which was the printing press, which made the Bible available to all of the people, bringing with it the age of enlightenment, the Reformation, and the age of discovery. A new continent to the west, a new world, was discovered by Columbus and other explorers. Persecution of Christians in Europe began a migration to this new world that began as a trickle and later became a flood. 2,500 years before that, while Israel was still in Palestine, God had told King David in 2 Samuel 7:10, "Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more." The prophet Isaiah and others who had written of Israel's regathering made it plain Israel would be regathered into a new land as Christian believers. Isaiah 11:12, "And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth." Verse 1 through verse 10 identify that ensign as Jesus Christ, and verse 14 indicates their regathering would be toward the west. Psalm 72 and Zechariah 9 describe that land of Israel's regathering as a land between two seas, and that it would run to the end.